Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So it's Saturday, we are down at Preston Park Parkrun, my local park run just over there. So it's about 10 to 9 at the moment. So we're going to go do that in a second. I just wanted to mention before we come on to that, something which is coming up on the channel next week. So my plan for next week's video is to do a Q&A. I've never done a video like this before, so I thought I would do something like this. But if you've got any questions you want to ask for that Q&A video, then pop them in the comments below and I'll answer those next week. Could be about my upcoming race. So in 2 weeks time now, I've got my final race of the year, the Copthorne 50 miler. So any questions you got about that or my training or just anything else, then pop them in the comments below and then I'll get onto those. So we're gonna head over there, we're gonna get warmed up and then we're gonna do Preston Park Parkrun this morning. We've got a vegan runners meet up here today, so we're gonna meet some friends here. And we've also got another run planned for later on today, actually, a longer run. We're gonna get the train somewhere to do that, but I'll talk about that more later on in the video. Run 2 of the day, and we've come over to New Haven, and the run we're doing here is a 15-mile route. So our friend Graham, who runs multi-sport management, who organise races, he has an idea for a new race next year, the Ale 15 miler, and as the name suggests, it involves 15 miles of running and also ale. So there are 2 pubs along the route, and at those pubs runners will have a pint of beer at each one, and there's also a pub at the finish where runners will have their final pint for the day. So Carla and I are just recceing the route today. We're just having a look at what it is like. Graham's given us a list of directions so we can see how we find the route, and I've also got a GPX file on my watch which I'm following today. So it's some of the South Downs way in this route, but also left here, left this one. So some of the South Downs way, but also some routes that we haven't run before, so nice to get out and try a new run as well. So lovely route so far. It basically takes in 3 pubs in total. So the first aid station is the Hampden Arms pub, the second one is the Ram, and the third one down in Alfriston where the start and finish is the George. So yeah, lovely route, and we're really lucky with the weather today. I remember my long run last week was pretty miserable in terms of the wind, the rain lashing about, but yeah, we've definitely been blessed with amazing weather for today. And this week's training has been going good overall, so I am having a bit of a taper week now with 2 weeks to go until the Copthorne 50. And I started off on Tuesday of this week after having 2 days rest from running off the back of that 27-mile long run, the longest run of my training block I did last Saturday. So Tuesday I did a kind of easy run, returning to running. Wednesday I did my strength and conditioning, and then Thursday I did my power hour, as I've been calling it, in a bid to make my speed sessions feel a bit more exciting. And this time I did a pyramid session too, so rather than fartlek, which is what I've been doing before, so instead of speed play, this one was a little bit more formalised in terms of pace and everything. And then Friday I did another easy run along the cliff tops here in Brighton, and the promenade as well. And then today, obviously park run this morning and the long run this afternoon. Hi there. Hi. And I'd say, you know, overall this training block has gone pretty well. A couple of things I'd probably change. Haven't been swimming in the sea. We've had quite a lot of storms and rain recently, so that's my excuse. I haven't been getting in the swimming. I did have 2 weeks where I missed out my power hour, where I didn't do any speed whatsoever, but my legs just weren't really feeling it. I was having some peak elevation weeks, so didn't really want to do it. And the days where I thought, oh, I could go out and do a speed session today, I would have had like a very long run with lots of hills the next day, and I didn't want to risk it too much. It's a difficult balance because, you know, some might say, well, you know, you could push it, and then actually getting your legs used to being fatigued is a good thing. But overall, I was just trying to read my body there, and I thought, no, probably not good for those couple of weeks. The only other thing I'd probably change is getting more steps in. You know, I did that recce run of the Copthorne 50 a couple of weeks ago, and it made me realise how many extended lengths of steps there are. So that's the only other thing, and I'll get in some steps over the next couple of weeks. But, you know, I am tapering now, so this week a kind of slight taper, decreasing the elevation, decreasing the mileage, and then next week a more pronounced taper. So it'll be, you know, maybe doing 50k in the week, a couple of 1,000 feet elevation, but not up to kind of the 7,000 or 8,000 that I've been doing in some of my previous weeks. So we're almost done with our recce of the Ale Trail 15. Carla, what do you think of the route, and what do you think about having some beer whilst doing the route?
Not sure about the beer. I think I'll just throw that all up. But the route's really lovely. You've got like a mixture of terrain, and you go through like different fields, you get a bit of road, forest, classic South Downs way, kind of hills, and then through this kind of field.
So yeah, the route, definitely a thumbs up. The beer whilst running might take some getting used to, but yeah, beautiful route. So this is a race that Graham is planning for next year, so I'm very likely to be running that, if not helping out with it in some way, maybe volunteering. So yeah, do listen out on the channel. I'll be talking more about that another time. So that is this week's training all done. Next week I'm going into full taper mode. Do pop any questions below you've got. So for next week's video, anything you'd like to ask at all about my training or races or anything at all really. But thanks for tuning in. Have a good week. Enjoy your running, and I'll see you all next time.